I got lonely one day in Idlewild, where I lived. And I was heading to do the normal routine of loneliness filler behaviors, or loneliness avoidance. I was going to get a movie at the video store. I was getting my favorite drink at the coffee place. I went to the drugstore for a magazine. I talked to the guy who's always there in this spot, the habitual sort of keeping loneliness at bay behavior. One day I started to do that, and I was on the street, and it just saw that I was about to do that. Fill my fucking day with this avoidance, because I'm afraid of loneliness. And the thought was, am I so pathetic that loneliness gets to be in charge of what I do? That loneliness is in charge, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just going to run around forever trying to fill this hole of loneliness. And I know I'm not, and I knew I wasn't then. So I sat down on this rock right by the road, and I basically said, loneliness, kill me. And I got as lonely as I've ever been. I got to a place where I felt worthless. And just lonely. And at one moment, there was this clear, bell. Ding! No one is ever coming to stay. No one is ever coming to stay. That's true. I am always here and everyone else comes and goes. Okay. And that was the last time I felt lonely. Because I can no longer believe that there's something that can actually fill that loneliness void. There's not a thing on earth. Not God, not a relationship, not a food, not a movie, not a video, not an idea. Nothing at all is going to stay. Not a health state, not a sensation. Nothing lasts. Everything is temporary. All right. Everything's temporary. And the honesty of that, just totally getting honest that everything changes. It's like it filled that void, that loneliness void, that desire to somehow be connected. It filled it with connection. Holy shit, everything's temporary here. Holy! And what it did was it increased the wow factor. Wow, everything's temporary. Wow. It makes everything more beautiful. It makes it easier to love. It makes it easier to engage with people because there's no longer something at stake. Oh, if I just get this interaction with this person right, then I'll be able to keep them forever. It's no, that's not true. No. If I can just organize somehow my philosophical approach to everything and be able to say it clearly, then I'll be able to hang on and keep it and everything will be okay. No, that's not true. If I just sit out here with the sign long enough, then people will love me and appreciate me. And if I make videos, then people will give me things and I'll be... No, it's not true. Nothing that comes from anything I do is permanent. Nothing. And therefore, there's nothing at stake. I can share completely. I can laugh completely. I can love completely. There's nothing at stake. The world is on fire, and I am no longer afraid of burning. Everything is temporary. And rather than that being depressing, because depressing still means I don't get it. It means I still want it to be permanent. Rather than it being depressing, it's wow! The wind is blowing the leaves outside. It's like, what the fuck is that? So no one's ever coming to stay. And it does look like I'm always here. So, seemingly I can be good to this one. Can anyone else be good to themselves? I have no idea. I barely know what it means here to love myself, and I notice that I do. What does that mean? I don't know. And it's awesome. Can you do this? I don't know. You do. I assume. I don't know. I've never been you. Like, it's so fun. In all of this sharing, there's a quality to it that's absolutely ridiculous in some ways. Because I just don't know what it's like to be anyone else. I can assume, but I notice that that's not really anything. But since even this is all temporary, alright. I'll share, we'll see what happens. Maybe it resonates, maybe it doesn't. I'm not in charge of that. And it feels really good for me to share. Why? I project that there will be a benefit for someone, and that feels like love. Will there be? I have no idea. No idea at all. Thanks for your time.